Hello and welcome back to Movement. I'm your teacher, Professor Garcia, and today we are going to continue the work and exploration of building characters through the use of our bodies and unlocking those characters through movement. Today, what we are going to focus on is we're going to take inspiration from the movement and the characteristics of elements. We are going to go over earth, fire, water, and air. Now, find a spot in your house, because any type of movement work that you do on your own in your house is going to be really weird if anyone walks in. So go and make sure that you have a spot in your house where you are completely alone, where no one's going to bother you, so you can do this work. The next thing that you're going to want to do is put in some headphones so that you can let the music that you're going to listen to kind of take you on a journey. Now, I'm going to guide you through each of these exercises, but then I want you to go and do them on your own, where you can fully invest in them and you're not rushed the way I am rushed to do this video, because I don't want it to be as long as it would actually take you to do this exercise. Okay, so find a spot somewhere in your room where you can relax and lay down. Now, the first thing that we are going to start with is earth. So I want you to close your eyes. I want you to breathe. I want you to imagine that your body is melting into the ground. I want you to become one with the floor. And I want you to imagine that your body is made of the earth. And now I want you to make sure that your bones become rock. And your muscle, all of that becomes mud and dirt. And then your skin can be the grass and things growing on top of you. And I want you to take just a couple moments, and I want you to feel and breathe what that is like. Good. When you're ready, I want you to open your eyes. I want you to sit up slowly, because the earth moves slowly. And I want you to stand. And I want you to take up space, knowing that you are made of earth. And as you move, the weight of your body is going to crush and sink into the ground. And I want you to move throughout the world, exploring it as earth, as rock, as mud and grit. And move throughout the space. Good. Find something, pick it up. Pick up something precious and care for it. Good. Set it down. Now walk over and find something that needs to be destroyed and smash it. Good. Now, from your body, make other creatures. Feed other creatures. And now, heat is coming, and it's getting hotter and hotter. And feel your skin crack and dry up. Feel your bones start to get tighter and tighter and tighter. Feel the mud and all of your muscles start to turn into rocks themselves. And then, finally, the rains come. And water. Let water wash over you. And let it start to melt you even more. Turn mostly into mud and move throughout the space and feel how that feels. Good. Now, continue moving through the space and imagine that wind is chipping away at you. It's wearing you down. But because you're earth, no matter what happens, little pieces of you may fall, but they just make other pieces of you. And move throughout the space. Good. Now, once you feel like you have a handle on this, then begin walking around and humanizing it and turning yourself into more of a character, more of a human. And with that, try to find what sounds want to come out of you. What does your body feel like saying? What sounds want to come out? Is it a grumble? Is it a roar? Is it a creak? Good. Continue moving throughout the space, and I want you to think about what kind of job this person would have, what kind of person this is. And once you're ready, humanize it some more, and that sound that you had, if it was a grumble, now how do you turn that into a characteristic? If it's a, how do you tone it down so that it is more human? So that you're not a caricature anymore, you are an actual person, a character. And move throughout the space. Good. Once you're finished, pause this video and go and write down what characters you found. Once you've written them down and you have a good idea, then come back, press play, and we'll get started again. Okay, welcome back. Now I want you to go and lay down, and we are going to explore water. I want you to lay down, close your eyes, relax, and imagine again that your body is melting into the ground. Good. And I want you to imagine that you are a pool of water. Good. Now imagine that all of the air around you has turned into water. And I want you to move throughout the space. How does water move? How fluid is it? How does that change how you move? Good. So continue moving throughout the space. Explore how your body wants to move as water. How do you touch things? How do you care for things? If you like something as water, how do you caress it? If you don't like something, how do you harm it? Good. Go do that. If you see fire, go put it out. If you see earth, go wear your way through it. Good. Now, imagine that you run into a big giant rock. Now, as water, how do you navigate that? Go around it. Move around it. Now you're going to run into another rock. Now this way, keep moving back and forth over it until you wear it down. Good. Now, I want you to imagine that you're going to find little pieces of this rock, little holes, and I want you to go inside of those holes. And then I want you to get cold and expand. And as you expand, you're going to break and crack this rock. Good. Now, as ice, how do you feel? Try to move. How does it inhibit your movement? Good. Now melt yourself back down into liquid and move. Continue moving. Now imagine that wind is blowing you around, and now you are going to be a hurricane. Now pick yourself up, become rain, and move throughout the space and rain, and then like come at somebody and just move through them. Good. Destroy something as a hurricane. Good. Now continue moving throughout the space. What sounds want to come out of you? Add them in. Good. And now find a spot to rest. And now you're heating up. You're heating up and you're becoming steam and vapor. And as vapor, you're going to rise. And now, how do you move as vapor? Good. Move throughout the space. Do as many things as you can as this vapor. Good. Now, when you're ready, I want you to be up on two legs and I want you to humanize it. I want you to become a water-human hybrid, an elemental. I want you to walk around the space, and I want you to use all of those sounds and all of those feelings. What does your body want to do? What does water sound like? What does your water sound like? What are the parts of you that are just like water? How does that come out? And I want you to move throughout the space and add those sounds in. Good. What kind of job would this person have? What kind of personality do they have? How do they interact with other people? Good. And once you're ready, then I want you to humanize it even more. Take those big choices, shrink them down, and make them as human as possible. And now turn that into a characteristic that's human. Move throughout the space. See how your perspective of the world changes. And once you're ready, pause this video, go over and write down to your journal and write down what you feel. What kind of characters came out of you? What kind of characters could you explore through this? Good. When you're ready, come back, press play. Now, what we are going to work on is fire. So welcome back. Go ahead and have a seat. Lay back, close your eyes, and I want you to imagine that you're a spark. I want you to imagine that your body is made of wood for just a second, and right in the middle of your stomach or your heart, there's a spark. And it catches, and the fire slowly spreads throughout your body. And it grows, and you get hotter, and you want to move. And you want to spread. Good. Now, once you're ready, stand up and start moving through the space as fire. What does fire want to do? How do you want to? Everything you touch burns. Everything you touch also becomes part of you, but it will always be different after you touch it. Good. So now move throughout the space and catch things on fire. Find something that you love. How would fire help it? If somebody's cold, warm them. Fire can be a force of good. So how do you use that? Help somebody power something that they need. And then find something to destroy and go destroy it. Good. Now move throughout the space. What does fire sound like? How does it make you feel? Good. Now, imagine that Earth is smothering you. How does that feel? What kind of sounds do you make? Good. Keep moving throughout the space. As fire spread, continue. Good. Now imagine that wind is blowing and it's starting to put you out. But then the wind catches you just right and starts to make you grow. It makes your flames hotter and move throughout the space as you use the wind. And now I want you to imagine that water is putting you out. Shh. Once you touch water, how does that feel? What sound does it make? What are you creating? Good. Now once you're ready as fire, I want you to continue walking around and I want you to humanize it. I want you to see how it feels to become more human. Still continue your movement. Still continue that spirit of fire within you. But I want you to imagine how your personality, how that would shape your personality. What kind of job would you have? How would you interact with people around you? Move throughout the space. And once you're ready, take those choices down even more and humanize them. How are you a person with the spirit of fire? Good. Move throughout the space. Talk, say some of your lines. How do they change? Good. And once you're ready, pause this video, walk over to your journal, and write down what characters you've unlocked. And come back for our final one. Welcome back. So today, what we are going to finish with is wind and air. So I want you to go and lay down, find that spot. Good. Close your eyes, take a couple deep breaths, And with each breath in, take in the air, and on your exhale, imagine pieces of you are floating away into the air that you were becoming. Good. Now, once you're ready, I want you to sit up. And I want you to move throughout the space as air. You're light. You can go through anything. You can go anywhere. Move. Find every little space, every little tiny area that you could fill and go be there. Move around things. Good. Once you're ready, start finding things to be gentle to. What if you're a soft breeze around something that you love? How do you caress it? Good. Move. Do that. If something is hot, how do you put it out? Good. Now, how do you destroy something? Go. Move throughout the space. Destroy things. Wind is incredibly powerful. Pick something up and throw it. You can become a tornado. You are a tornado. You are spinning. You are picking things up. You are throwing them. You are whirling them. You can take all of the other elements and shape them to your will. Find fire and stoke it. Find that immovable object, that mountain, and wear through it. Pick up the water. Good. Drop it from the sky. Turn it into ice. Move the vapor. Good. What sounds do you want to make? Now move throughout the space and then turn it into a hybrid of air and human. Turn it into an elemental. Now move throughout the space. Good. Give it sounds. And now how do you turn that into a character trait? Maybe it's when you get angry that it comes out. Good. Now, continue moving throughout the space. What kind of job would you have? How would you interact with the people that you are with, your friends, your family, your enemies? Good. How does it change your perspective? And once you're ready, humanize it even more and become the character with the spirit of air. Good. Pause this video, go write down the characters that you imagine, that you felt, that you found, and then come back. Welcome back. Okay, everyone. What I want you to do, first I want you to upload your monologue with each of those elements. I want all of us to be able to see how your monologue changes if your character has a fire spirit, or a spirit of earth, or a spirit of water. And then I want to see if each of us can pick which one we felt you responded to the most, and then I want you to write quickly about what character you feel that character is, right? Which spirit do you feel connects to your character the most? Good. All right. Upload those so I can see them. Thank you very much for your time, and I'll see you next week.